Welcome or welcome back to Pluto Fairy Tarot. I'm Jay, and if this reading is for you, I'm hearing, let's bust this blockage, okay? I don't know what the blockage is. We're going to figure that out together. I'm being told to pull from the Dead Inside deck. Something about the colors in the back here could be very significant for someone. My ears ringing. Um, this deck cuts to the quick, no sugarcoating, just calls it like it is. So if you're not up for that, not the reading for you. Or if you need to come back later when you're in a better emotional state, that's fine as well. Whatever you want to do, you have free will. But whoever this is for, there's some kind of blockage you're dealing with that you need that rip the band-aid off tough love. Okay? You have to acknowledge the problem exists in order to get through it. So that's what this is going to be for. This will be timeless in general as always. So take resonates when and how it resonates, and leave what doesn't. Okay, what's going on, Spirit? What the people this reading is for? What blockage do they need to bust through? Also just heard bus through. So like taking a bus or like bussing tables, I just heard. Isn't that like in restaurants when you're going out and getting the dishes? Tidying things up. Don't quote me on that. I think that's what that is. Wake, work, scroll, repeat. Burnout cycle, routine, collapse. 137 on the timer. That could be significant to somebody. There is this 143 on the timer could be significant. As humans, it's easy for us to fall into patterns, and Spirit's saying you need to break a loop. There's something where if the current approach was working, things would be working out. The reason something is causing you frustration and isn't working out the way you want it to is because you need to change your approach. I mean, obviously, you might be saying, but like, we need to remind ourselves of that consciously sometimes. This reading is to remind someone consciously that, oh, I need to do something different, right? And it can just be small tweaks. Where you go for lunch, I just heard. The attitude you go to work with, right? I've encountered so many people who their relationship to any job ever, right? Like, sure, some workplaces are toxic, and like I totally understand people having their feelings about that. But I've encountered many more people who they view the very concept of work as something toxic and horrible, and so they work themselves up and they make themselves miserable all of the time. And it's like some of these people had good situations, good freaking situations, and they just convinced themselves it was horrible and they ruined it for themselves. Like I've seen that happen so many times. I've ruined things for myself in the past because of my framing of it emotionally, right? That's very important for someone. The fact that I'm still shuffling the deck, Spirit wants me to pull another one. You don't have to instead of recognize. You don't have to resonate with both cards. You could just resonate with one. You could resonate with both. You could resonate with neither, and the reading isn't for you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, as always. Mercury did it. Miscommunication, cosmic excuse, retrograde, blame. So there's also this energy of, well, it's out of my control. I can't change my life and the way the way it's going. It just is this way. And so I'm seeing someone because I'm seeing this alarm uh, up here, this alarm bell. Changing your alarm bell, right? Like the sound that wakes you up could change the whole tone of your day. It changing nothing, literally nothing else. Your schedule stays exactly the same. My ears ringing, but that sensory experience of awakening in the morning, even though you're waking up at the same time, you go to the same job, it could dramatically change everything, right? You don't underestimate how much things affect other things. How one little domino can spiral into some huge consequence long term. And consequence isn't a bad thing, right? It can be a good consequence, it can be a bad consequence. We're talking about good consequences here. Just some small changes that you can make that dramatically change things. I'm seeing someone like air conditioning vents in a car. Someone just turn it away from their face because it blowing directly on their face made them irritated, and not noticing that, like, oh, that was setting them up for a bad day. But they need the cold, so you don't turn it off. You just tilt it away from directly hitting your face, and you still get the comfort of that relief of the temperature, but you don't get that sensory torture of it blowing directly on your face. That is a very specific message for someone. Um, there's these little tweaks that can dramatically affect everything. You're not at the mercy of the world around you. We have to work with the world around us, but we have far more agency than we often realize. Okay, and with this one specifically being Mercury did it, and that sign there says blame the stars. Don't resign yourself to narrative I'm hearing, right? When I used to follow that narrative that, oh, Mercury retrograde is just a difficult time, I always experienced it that way. But then when I just realized that the energy is just moving in a different way, and if I ride the wave, if I go with the flow, I won't experience it so horribly anymore. And I did that, and I stopped experiencing it horribly. It still annoys me when Mercury's retrograde because it messes with electronics so bad, but that one's unavoidable. But the emotional issues and the miscommunications that would happen when I tried to behave as though Mercury was direct when it was retrograde went away when I started moving with the flow of retrograde, right? And then if you try to move with the flow of retrograde when it's direct, you'll have the same issue. You have to move with the flow. So we are at the mercy of the flow in that sense, but we have the agency to work with it rather than against it. My ears ringing. And Spirit said, that's the reading. It feels like a very abrupt stop, but whatever. Spirit said, we're done. I hope that reading resonated and was helpful for you. If it did resonate and was helpful, you can let me know by liking the video, commenting if you want to, and subscribing to the channel if you'd like to see more readings from me in the future. All right. Good luck and goodbye.